All right, let's talk about my biggest fear with NIO. And this isn't like what I'm scared of. It's just what I'm worried about, a little bit concerned about it. And I'm just sharing this with you guys, not like telling you guys to sell the stock or buy the stock or anything like that. It's just an honest conversation about some of my opinion. All right. And there's several quite important things. So first of all, some of you guys might be concerned about batteries in the whole entire ecosystem going bad because of the fact that NIO owners don't have to worry about the batteries going bad. It's something that NIO has to handle, and perhaps that's going to be a big burden in the future. Yes, but it's not so much of a burden. It's a tiny burden. So what NIO is doing is, instead of like getting rid of entire battery packs that have degraded and just recycling them, they are removing the top, basically taking the battery pack apart and then removing the modules that have degraded and replacing it with new ones, so that the battery pack is always healthy. So they only remove the modules that have gone bad, and each battery pack has like 30 plus modules inside. So that's a great way to cheaply maintain the battery pack throughout its lifespan, and prolonging the battery pack's lifespan in the ecosystem. So that's something that I'm actually not too concerned about, even though a lot of people that don't know that much about this may be concerned about. So I'm not too concerned about the burden of batteries in the swap ecosystem potentially going bad, because it's not going to go bad. As soon as it falls below a certain threshold, which is like 88%, I think, they do this operation where they just swap the module out. So I'm not too worried about that. Now, some of the things that I'm worried about, there's some stuff with the stock that I'll talk about later, but I'm actually worried more about the lease on these swap stations, because these swap stations, they are placed on land that is rented. All right, so NIO doesn't buy the land when they put a swap station there. They lease the land and basically rent that area for 5 to 10 years. So that's their target, 5 to 10 years. They have to be able to secure a 5 to 10 year contract for that land. Otherwise, they're not going to put a swap station there. But what you're seeing right now is since 2018, it's been already like 5 years, and some swap stations have come and gone already. And what my concern is, once these landowners essentially refuse to renew the rental contract, NIO has to take it apart, recycle the swap station, or move the swap station, which is also going to be some expense. All right, so that is something that I am a little bit concerned about. They'll have to find a new place for a swap station, or potentially just write off that swap station. For example, if it's a Gen 1 swap station, it's much cheaper probably to just write that off and then build a Gen 3 or Gen 4 swap station and have more batteries than to build a new Gen 1 swap station over there with the recycled parts. So that is one of my minor concerns. One of my other concern, and you guys probably share this concern with me, is how the sub-brand launch will be, like how the public is going to receive the sub-brand. Are they going to love it? Will it be a flop? Will it be successful? I am certainly hoping that it's going to be a huge success, but launching a brand new brand is much different than launching just a new car. So there's a lot of uncertainty around that, and it is one of my minor concerns. I do hope that the branding and everything is going to be very successful, and I did certainly hope that NIO just launched it as like an ET3 or ES3, similar to how BMW has X5, X7, X3, X2, X1, all the way down to like the cheapest BMW. NIO should have done the same thing. They would sell a lot more than just having a different brand and having to build stores and have to educate people about the brand again. So fingers crossed. I do really hope that NIO is successful with the sub-brand, but that is a minor concern for me. Now let's talk about the stock. Some of the things that I'm concerned about with the stock. First of all, the float size. more than 1 billion shares. I mean, it's just a massive float size, and when you have a massive float, it becomes really difficult to move the price of the stock up or down and become sluggish. The float size is definitely something that I'm a bit concerned about. There's too many shares, and it's hard to get a very good rocket move up if there's so many shares. All right, could still happen if there's interest, but then the interest would have to be massive to get the rocket going. I am certainly disappointed with the fact that NIO's market cap is lower than XPeng and Li Auto, because NIO, as the leader in terms of tech, NIO should be first. Another quite big concern that a lot of NIO owners and I all share, and that is the fact that the depreciation of NIOs has to be kept in check. The company has to do more about the depreciation of the cars, because NIOs have been known to depreciate a little bit too steeply. All right, I mean, first gen ES6s, you drive it for 1 year and you depreciate by 50%, which is a little bit a little bit too much. In theory, it should depreciate less, and NIO has done depreciation control measures for cars like the ES7, and that obviously does cost a lot of money for them to do, but I really do wish that they kept depreciation more in check. A lot of people are very hesitant about switching to a new NIO because of depreciation, and also they're just deeply disappointed because of depreciation. All cars depreciate, but it's unreasonable for NIO to depreciate more than some of the other cars out there. My car right now, perfectly fine NIO EC6, right now it's probably worth only like 130k RMB. When I got it, it's like 370k RMB, 370k RMB, so it lost more than 60%, 70% of the value of the car. It is what it is. It's still a perfectly fine car, and I can probably drive it for another 10 years, no problem. So it's just void of logic why NIO depreciates so much. You would think that NIO depreciates less because there's battery swap and you don't have to worry about battery degradation, but no, that's not the case. It's so strange. So NIO, I kind of wish NIO did more depreciation protection for their cars. It's going to really help out the owners and also help out the brand as well. My last and final concern is definitely marketing. You know, NIO's been in 2 movies, Wandering Earth 1 and Wandering Earth 2. NIO is actually in those movies, which is incredible, but you know, it doesn't show off battery swap, and it's more like a cameo or anything. And I think NIO really needs to have a new effort to show off battery swap. You have so much of this infrastructure out there, but nobody knows about it. All right, only NIO owners know about it. Some people know about it, but the general public doesn't know about it, and it's not common knowledge. And you have to make it common knowledge. You got to get movie stars to be in ads that show off battery swap, and even in movies to show off battery swap. You gotta like in Wandering Earth 1 and Wandering Earth 2, that would have been a perfect opportunity to show off what battery swap was. I mean, pay them some extra money to show off battery swap. NIO has been marketing the cars, but not really marketing the swap stations. You don't see a single ad about swap station in the rain, in the snow, that someone doesn't have to get out of the car. None of that. The convenience that swap station brings, none of that. No messaging with that. Just, hey, it's fast. Yeah, how fast, huh? Yeah, 3 minutes fast. Yeah, that's it. So that is also one of my concern, and I'm sure a lot of you guys also share that concern as well. What are some of your concerns with NIO? Let me know in the comments down below. Maybe I'll share it in a different video, share your concerns in a video as well. So definitely comment down below. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.